Can I address MAGA? Can I address you for a moment, please? So it's really you that I'm referring to, that I'm speaking to directly, because it's your hatred, and I don't even know why. We're all beneath this. Let's just call it skin, but let's say veneer. Okay, beneath this is something that you have too. It's called blood. If I were to peel this back, or if I were to cut it and let this drip down, guess what? It's the same color as yours. I don't have more than you do. Look at my surrounding. Bro, I'm in a bedroom. This is not my house. This is a bedroom. I don't have more than you do. And I venture to say you probably don't have more than I do. So where's the hate coming from? Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Be About It podcast with Baraka Barnes. I am your host, Baraka. Look, I'm going to talk about something that is a little bit different today. This is not my typical type of episode, but this is something that was weighing pretty heavily on my heart a couple of weeks ago. I took the notes down and I figured, you know what, let's talk about it. So let's do that. So I want to start off this episode by saying I'm a conservative. No, I'm a liberal. No, hold on, wait a minute. I'm a free thinker. No, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Why do I say that? Because it's the red versus the blue. It's the Democrats versus the Republicans. It's the free thinkers versus those who walk a straight and narrow line. It's the variation of degrees or extremes that we have in our society today. And that's why I've titled this particular episode, So You Want This? Because this division is what has gotten us to where we are today. It's all of these categories, all of these subcategories, all of these different things that I don't even want to say the elite. I'm not even going to say the president, although I do believe he has a part to do with it. But all that aside, why do we as people continue to allow the divide to separate us? Because if you look at the news, and I'm not talking about Fox News versus CNN, let's talk about business news. Let's talk about maybe MSNBC. And you look at the divide. You look at our health insurance. You can see that we are about to have an explosive increase in the cost of our insurance, whether it's our premiums that we pay or it's the copay, whatever it is. You see that groceries have gone up. Gas is about the only thing that's been pretty steady, especially here for us here in Texas. Everything else though is ridiculously high and it keeps going up. And what I can't understand is, why are we continuously allowing ourselves to be pitted up against each other, white versus black, or black versus Asian, or black versus Latino, or black versus the LGBTQIA community? I don't understand why we as Americans, whether you are a natural born citizen or someone that has gone through the process of becoming a citizen, I just, at some point, we have to realize, look, if we can just all come together, especially those of us who are the American that has, let's just say, the average income, okay, or we live maybe just slightly above average, okay. You know what? I'm not even going to do that because that divides us again. Let's just say those of us who are not politicians versus those who are, okay. And I'm talking about the politicians who are not looking out for the people that they are supposed to govern, okay. We outnumber them. So and thank God, today is what, October 19th, 2025. Yesterday, on the 18th, we had a No Kings Day, riot rallies that were taking place across the country. I understand millions of people turned out. That's what it's going to take. And that is the only way we are going to be able to sustain our democracy, take back this country from the so called autocrat, and save this country from tyranny, because that's not who we are. We are not a dictatorship. We don't have a king. And so it's going to require you and myself, black, white, Latino, dare I say, I don't, I want to be politically correct, so please don't jump on me, but the gay, the straight, it's going to take all of us collectively to come together and put aside all of those other titles and all of those other variations and all of those other divisive delineations, and say, look, we are American people. And what we want to do is just live in a country. You know what? I heard it said this way, especially for us black folk. I've heard some white people say, and even us, we say, we just want to be left alone. You know what I'm saying? We just want to be left. I've heard white people tell other white folks that black folk just want to be left alone. And black folks say it all the time. We just want to be left alone. And I want to say this as an American, and I hope all Americans can join me in saying this. Just speaking to our leadership, the ones who are not looking at taking care of us as the people of this country that we are, the citizens, okay? We just want to be left alone. We want to live in a country that where we can afford to live, number one, and eventually afford to retire. That's really all we want. And in between, we can have some vacations, travel. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want a dictator. Whoever wants to come into this country and become the president and turn the president into a dictatorship, you're in the wrong country. Matter of fact, even if you were to go to another country, you can't just become a dictator. It doesn't work that way. And we certainly don't elect dictators. Okay? So my thing is this, y'all. Can we just come together? Because, can I address MAGA? Can I address you for a moment, please? So, it's really you that I'm referring to, that I'm speaking to directly. Because it's your hatred. And I don't even know why. We're all beneath this, let's just call it skin, but let's say veneer, okay? Beneath this is something that you have too. It's called blood. If I were to peel this back, or if I were to cut it and let this drip down, guess what? It's the same color as yours. I don't have more than you do. Look at my surrounding. Bro, I'm in a bedroom. This is not my house. This is a bedroom. I don't have more than you do. And I venture to say you probably don't have more than I do. So where's the hate coming from? I'm a Christian. No. I'm a real Christian. What I mean by that is you're not going to hear hatred spew from my mouth. You're not going to hear vile language, foul language, profanity, hatred toward my fellow man. That doesn't come from me. As a matter of fact, that's not of God. Christ, he accepted everybody. He died on that cross for everybody. It didn't matter what color you were. Now, originally, when he came, guess who he came for? He came for a specific group of people. But when those people rejected him, guess what he did? He opened it up, the kingdom. When I say it, he opened the kingdom up for everybody. It didn't matter what color you were, what sect you were from, what country you were from, whether you were in leadership or not, whether you were a Pharisee or a Sadducee, whether you were Greek or Hebrew, male or female, whether you were brown, most people were brown back then, but whether you were brown or Roman, Jew or Roman, it didn't matter. He opened it up for everybody. And now here you are, allowing this president in 2025, so you know what his name is, I'm not going to say his name, and his cronies, and these billionaires to dictate what you think. Are you not a free thinker? I don't know. We can't tell. But if your little sect, if your faction of people, imagine, would learn to think for yourselves and turn away from this ideology and this narrative that we are against you, then we as a country would do a whole lot better. And so, I'm done. But I'll leave you with this question, just to set the start. So, you want this? Y'all like, share, and comment on this video. And don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. My name is Baraka Barnes. And don't forget, don't just talk about it. Be about it.